Hello and welcome to the classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. This week the movie is from 1950, All About Eve, written and directed by Joseph Mankiewicz and released by 20th Century Fox. Now the story of All About Eve, it concerns Margot Channing, played by Bette Davis. She's this aging Broadway diva who meets this young sycophant, this young fan named Eve Harrington. Eve ingratiates herself with Margot and sort of gets into Margot's life, but she's sort of a nefarious character. She wants Margot's life. She wants Margot's success. She wants to be an actress. She wants Margot's friends. The movie is this weird sort of meditation on celebrity and the cult of celebrity and how far someone will go to achieve their dreams of superstardom. It's a dark psychological drama that's also honestly pretty funny too. Now this is one of the few movies that I honestly think has a perfect cast. First and foremost, Bette Davis as Margot Channing. Bette Davis is one of the most celebrated actresses in history, and she gives an incredible performance. It's arguably her best performance. Then there's Anne Baxter, who plays Eve Harrington, who's the sycophant, the nefarious Eve, the one who wants to be Margot. And Bette Davis was known for her powerhouse performances. Anne Baxter stays right with her. The scenes between the two of them, between Anne Baxter and Bette Davis, should be required viewing for anyone who's interested in acting. And then the supporting actors, you have George Sanders, you have Celeste Holm, you have Thelma Ritter, you have Gary Merrill, and even Marilyn Monroe in a small supporting role. It's easy to make the argument that this movie has the greatest ensemble cast in history. Now the screenplay was written by director Joseph Mankiewicz, and it was based on a story called The Wisdom of Eve that was published in Cosmopolitan magazine. Now, All About Eve was released on October 13th, 1950, and it was a huge hit. On a budget of $1.4 million, it grossed $4.2 million in the United States and over $8 million worldwide, the second highest grossing movie of the year. It was nominated for 14 Oscars. It's the most in history. It's been tied by Titanic and La La Land, were also nominated for 14 Oscars. But those are the only three movies. All About Eve, Titanic, La La Land have 14 Oscar nominations. It ended up winning 6. It won Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Screenplay for Joseph Mankiewicz, Best Costume Design for Edith Head, Best Supporting Actor for George Sanders, and Best Sound Recording for Thomas Moulton. Now, All About Eve, it holds the record for most female acting nominations with 4. It had Bette Davis and Anne Baxter for Best Actress. Then it had Celeste Holm and Thelma Ritter for Best Supporting Actress. Now, apparently, Anne Baxter was going to be nominated in the Supporting Actress category, but she lobbied the Academy and got them to nominate her for Best Actress. And in the process, a lot of people think that she cost herself an Oscar. She would have been a shoo-in to win Best Supporting Actress. She also cost Bette Davis because they split the vote, which opened the door, and Judy Holliday ended up winning Best Actress for her performance in Born Yesterday. So if you don't know Bette Davis's work, or you want to watch a movie with a top-tier ensemble of actors, check out All About Eve. It has a 100% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It is one of AFI's top 100 American movies ever made, and it is this week's classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Keep watching.